first of all to open. So take the support that you need, sit up nice and tall, draw the flesh from the buttock bones and smooth the legs out. Let the hands come nice and light to the lap, and then we'll just close the eyes down and just sit quietly for a moment as we just really give ourselves an opportunity to arrive into our practice together this morning. Might want to take a cleansing breath here as you settle. So a long but gentle breath in through the nose and then a full exhale from the mouth. If you need to take a couple of those, then feel free to do what you need to do to settle. And as you exhale, let the shoulders relax. Remember, relax the jaw as well. Feel into the barrel of the rib cage, let the rib cage relax, abdomen. So really, essentially, it's when the eyes close down, the awareness drops down through the body to the base, to the buttock bones, to the placement of the legs. So just taking a few quiet breaths here to center and ground yourself. Just feeling into the flow of the breath. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then just see if you can soften any hard edges that you might be sort of holding on to. Shoulders, could even be still a little bit of holding, tightness in the jaw. See if you can soften into the hips a little bit more. Just let the breath get a little deeper and longer, staying smooth and steady. And we'll take another breath in together. And exhale it out. Draw the palms of the hands into the heart center. And then as you exhale, surrendering the head to the heart. The hands return to the lap. And then we'll raise the head and reopen the eyes. Great. Okay, so we are going to come down onto our backs now. I just wanted to show you the mudra that we're going to be in. I'll come up to the screen so you can see. So it will be bringing the thumbs together, the index fingers together, and it basically just sits on your belly like so. So that's the mudra you'll go into. Let's get ourselves into the posture first of all. I'm just going to let somebody else in. Great. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our backs. Welcome if you just joined. We're just coming down onto our backs. If you've got a couple of sofa cushions available, then please just grab them. So when we come down onto our backs, we pop the cushions underneath the thighs or blocks if you have them. And then you come down and hopefully the cushions give you the support that you need. You just take your time, you relax the the chin down towards the chest. You relax into the hips. And the mudra that we're using is Yoni mudra, and you bring the tip of the thumb, tip of the index finger together, and you then lay that. So the thumbs are around the belly button and the fingertips are pointing downwards. So just making that arrangement there. And then just let the eyes close. Make sure the feet are together. Take a couple of breaths and just allow yourself to settle. So today's focus is going to be into the hips. It's a place where many of us hold a lot of tension, especially without even really realizing it. So it could be physical tension, it can be emotional tension, and it also can be situational tension as well. Maybe what you do as a job, or just the way physically you are set up. So it's also worth mentioning that the hips are really closely connected to the nervous system and to other areas of the body. And one area that the hips are connected to is the jaw. So as we go through this morning's practice, just notice if the hips start to become a little bit kind of calling to you, saying, oh, this stretch is getting into my hips. Notice if that translates up to tightness in the jaw. I will remind you, but just see if you can hold that in your thoughts as well while we're moving through our asanas. So let's begin. We'll bring awareness to the area, our hips, the placement of the hands in Yoni Mudra. And I'd just like you to simply start to connect with that area, the lower belly, and sort of breathe gently in and out of that space. So you're drawing the breath in, you're connecting to the lower belly, the placement of the hands, the rise of the abdomen, and the fall. And just see if you can soften that entire area. Hips, lower back, lower belly. So just taking some slow, deep breaths, feeling the rise of your belly as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. Allow your breath to bring gentle awareness to your hips and really just invite them to relax. So just purely through time, awareness, breath. Just see if you can feel a sense of a little bit more of an opening or just a sense of softening and relaxing. Feel into the flow of the breath. If you're quite tired this morning, keep your awareness on to your breath. So you're watching, observing, feeling into the flow of the breath. And be quietly here for another half a minute. Just see if you can surrender, connect to the breath. Perhaps even connecting to the mudra, the hand gesture. The mind wanders, come back into your breath. So staying with the calmness of the breath, we're going to gently move into our next posture. You'll remain on your back. You're going to want to just sort of move or shift the cushions or blocks just out of the way, whether you just sort of shove them with your feet or just move them with your hands, whatever works. Stay connected to the earth. And then bring your right leg in towards the body. Dip the chin towards the chest. We're coming into half happy baby on the right side. So your right arm comes to the inside of the right leg, and you start to angle your right knee towards the outer right armpit. You keep your left foot to the floor, and then you raise your right shin vertically upwards. You either, depending depending on your range and hip tightness, you might just hold on to the ankle, the right ankle, or perhaps you can reach and catch the little toe side of the right foot. And you breathe and hold here. You want to do your best to keep the right shin vertical. And you don't do anything. You don't tug on the foot. You just let the weight of the hand, whether it's the ankle or the foot, just work its magic into the right hip. Notice if the jaw's already started to tighten up here. Lengthen and deepen the breaths. You've got an option now with the left leg, but don't get too caught up in it. You can keep it as it is, foot to the floor. You can roll to the little toe side of the left foot. So you've sort of come back into that Baddha Konasana shape. Or you can stretch the whole of the right leg or partially stretch, left leg, or partially stretch the left leg down towards the end of your yoga mat. This is the posture you will be in for the next minute or so. So you breathe into the stretch, you soften, you relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, and just be with the stretch, the sensations. You could let the eyes just softly close. Do your best to remain still, focused, and present. Take 3 more long, deep breaths here. Really draw that exhale in, lengthen the breath. And then after this next breath, you bring the left leg in, so back to your starting position. You release the right foot down, give the hips a little sway from side to side. And then coming back up through to center, level yourself off, so head, shoulders, spine, pelvis in alignment. The left leg comes in now, left arm to the inside, raise the shin, catch the ankle or catch the little toe side of the foot. Remember your knee, your left knee is angled towards the outer left armpit. Take a few breaths here, and then you decide what you are going to do with your right leg. It could be a completely different experience on this side. So you may change the position of the right leg completely in comparison to the previous side. So you've got the choice of keeping it where it is. You've got the choice of rolling onto the little toe side of the right foot, so it's more of an external hip opener, or you can take the leg fully or partially down to the end of the mat. So breathe into the stretch, keep the integrity of the posture as well, and just see if you can soften. Bring your awareness in now to the side that we're stretching, into the left hip, the glute, even the inside of the thigh. Catch what's going on in your jaw. If it's intense, lengthen your breath, lengthen your breath. Let your shoulders be at ease. Chin slightly dipped to keep the back of the neck long. Little bit of weight into the tailbone. Spine centered. Take 3 long breaths here. Send the breath, send your awareness into the left hip. Feel the space, feel into the sensations, the tightness, the ease, how you feel in this posture. And then breathe it out. And then again, very mindfully, we follow the same path to release. We bring the right foot back to the floor. We center ourselves and then release the left leg and then just sway the hips from side to side. And then we'll come into the full expression. So both legs simultaneously come in, arms come to the inside, the shins go up. You're either on your ankles or on the little toe side of your feet. Chin to chest, tailbone heavy. And here, if you want to, you can actually start to work a little bit more by pressing the hands down into the feet, so you're sort of gently pushing into your hips. And you can press your feet into your hands, so there's that little bit of two-way, that sort of two-way reaction here. You can also, it's a playful pose as well, so you can have a little sway from side to side. Some of you might be able to extend one leg, bring it back in, extend the other, bring it back in, or just remain static. Be with your breath. Be explorative in the hips. Notice which side is tighter than the other. Maybe it's not even a hip stretch for you. Maybe you're feeling it somewhere else. But be in happy baby, Ananda Balasana, for the next 3 to 5 deep breaths. Great. Take another breath here. Exhale it out and release your feet. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to roll to one side now, and we're going to come up. And you're going to come onto all fours. You're going to bring the hands a little in front of the shoulders, middle fingers facing forwards, and we're going to stretch it out in downward facing dog. So we just change direction here. So tuck the toes, lift the knees, press up and back, and lengthen. Take some long breaths here. Give the hips a little sway. Stretch out the backs of the legs. Find your down dog and just breathe. Just be here and breathe. As you take your exhalations, press and lengthen the hips back. Find that elongation through all four sides of the waist. Take one more breath in downward facing dog. And then we're going to bring the knees down onto the earth. So our next posture, and it'll probably be pretty much the final posture, will be pigeon pose. This could be new to some of you, and this could be very familiar to some of you. So those that are familiar with pigeon pose, Please feel free to go ahead. You don't have to wait for my instructions. We're going to go with the right side first of all. So for those that this is new or you just need reminding, I'll show you the posture. I've got an alternative if this doesn't work for you. Okay, so just have a quick peek. I like to come into pigeon from downward facing dog. And so I take my hips up and back, I lengthen back. I take my gaze forwards, I look at the back of my right wrist, I raise my right leg no higher than hip height. I come forward with my right knee so it comes behind my right wrist. The shin here will naturally fall at a slight diagonal, okay? You don't want to torque the knee and try and press the shin vertical or in any way, shape or form that's going to cause any discomfort. And then my hands are on the floor. Nothing else changes. My knee, my hip roughly in alignment. My right heel is by my left hip bone. And I'm here. I've slid my left leg back. I'm here. This shape here could be enough for you. You can also slide your cushion and place it under your bum. You want the back of the pelvis to be level, and if you need support, take it. And then the option to start to lower down. You want length, you want length, you want length. Maybe you come down onto forearms like a Sphinx pose, or maybe you fully come down, resting the hands one on top of each other, and then you let your forehead rest there. So there is pigeon pose. Now, for some of us, you know already that's not going to work. So you come back onto your back. You cross your right leg over your left. You press gently on the fleshy part of the inner thigh. So you're pressing technically you're pressing the thigh bone, the head of the thigh bone, forward towards the top of the mat in the hip socket. You then keep that, you flex your foot, your right foot, and you draw the legs in. Hold on to the thigh, hold on to the shin. You have your stretch here. You don't have your body weight to contend with, so that option I've just shown you is a much lighter option, still impactful. So if you're not there already, find your pigeon pose. So for those, a little reminder, right knee forwards behind the right wrist, let the shin go diagonal, slide the left leg back, slot something underneath the bum if you need to, come down and be in the stretch. And breathe. So finding your pigeon pose, keeping the integrity of the posture and honoring your body. If this is incredibly tight for you, but you've made your way into pigeon pose, there's no discomfort in the knee, there's sensation in the hip, but it's not pain. Check in what's going on with your jaw. Has the jaw tightened? Are you clenching your teeth? If you are, soften. Going to be here for one more minute. In silence, I encourage you to work with your breath and surrender into the posture. If you're on a figure 4 on your back, then you can control the stretch by bringing the legs a little closer. And again, just be in the sensation of the stretch. Soften the jaw, facial muscles. If you're taking figure 4, so that's the option where you're on your back, I'm going to invite you now to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull the legs towards you. If you're in pigeon pose, slowly now start to retrace your steps. So if you're fully down towards the mat, walk the hands back. We tuck our toes. Think cat pose. So lift and arc the back body so you can pick out the right leg. Give it a little shake. Give the hips a little wiggle. Press it back. Come into your down dog. Take 2-3 breaths here. Those that are in figure 4 on their back, prepare to change sides. So when you're ready, set yourself up and change sides. Pigeon on the left side. Let's go. So left leg comes up, left knee behind the left wrist. There's a slight angle here. You square yourself off, you slide yourself back, you take support underneath the left buttock, you pause, you breathe, and then you choose whether or not you come a little deeper. Remember, you can use support underneath the left buttock with your blanket or bolster or cushion. So should all be now working on the left side. Shoulders back. Breath extends. Release into the posture. Perhaps observing which side is a little more tighter than the other. Could be a completely different experience. And there should be no pressure on the knee in pigeon pose. There'll definitely be a sensation in the hip, but there should be no torque or no pressure in the knee on the left side. Start to extend the breath. Shoulders at ease. Bend the breath for 3 more breaths. And then if you are in reclining figure 4, again, close the eyes, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw the legs towards you. Really meeting that stretch. Letting go of tension, tightness. For those of you that are in pigeon pose, retrace your steps once more, nice and slowly, tucking the back toes, releasing out, give the leg a little shake. Those in figure 4, feet to the floor if they're not there already. And then lay yourself down into Savasana. So if you're in down dog now, bring the knees down, bring yourself round, and we'll all meet in Savasana. If you'd like to just take a full body stretch before you rest in Shavasana for the final minute or so, then please, please feel free. So take a nice long deep breath, exhale it out fully and surrender, particularly hips, lower belly, lower back. Be spacious. Soften the brow, space in between the eyebrows. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Relax down through the relax down through the arms, the hands, the fingers, the thumbs. Softness behind the chest wall. Relaxed abdomen, hips, well of the pelvis, just meeting that space. Let the legs from the hips to the knees to the ankles to the feet relax. Whole body relax. Final minute. Rest in Shavasana. If you'd like to stay where you are, please, please, please feel free to do so. If you're ready now to conclude your practice, and just start by gently extending, lengthening the breath. Stretch the arms back behind you. Take a full body stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. A yawn, a sigh. Just breathe into the body. And then we draw the legs in, bring the arms down, hug the legs in towards the body. Give yourself a little hug. And then placing the feet to the floor. Roll to your right hand side. Support the head on the upper arm. Take a breath here. And then using the left hand, pressing yourself up to your seat once more. Let the buttock bones be released. Let the spine be tall. Meet yourself as you are right now as we step into our day ahead. We'll join the hands together, connecting into the heart space. And as we release the head to the heart, celebrating the energy of the female, which we really looked into here in the hips with our mudra. So celebrating our sacred energy. And then releasing the hands down to the lap and raising the head and reopening the eyes. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead. Namaste. I'll hopefully see you in the morning. Otherwise, have a great day. Take care. Well done. Thank you.